Hello, everybody. I hope this finds you well, healthy, safe, and getting ready to return to campus. We're working really hard on this end for your return. A lot of people have worked for months on getting things just right. And I just wanted to reach out to you and spend a minute or so telling you what you're going to see next. So we are going to have a video or two that we're going to share with you about what the return protocols will be, what our expectations are. And I think all of you know by now that our success is really going to be predicated on your ability as students and student athletes to do the right things. This is going to become the most important tool than any of us have ever used. Campus already is very vigilant about the use of masks and about social distancing, and I can't stress that enough when you come back. We're going to have to do the right things. We have a very robust testing program that you're going to learn about in this video, very specific. I feel really good about the fact that athletics is going to do everything possible to keep you as safe as you can be. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to each and every one of you for your own safety and the safety of your coaches and all of us in the department. And I'll say one last thing. You guys are the leaders on this campus. We hold you to a higher standard, and you have always made us proud. And I'm asking each and every one of you to think about your role when you come back to campus. With 12,000 of us here in the incidence of COVID, we need you as student athletes, all 500 of you, to be role models on campus. And I implore you to please do the right things. We don't want to get into sanctions and threats. I have great faith in what you do. And even though we're not competing, we're going to be practicing. We're going to get you in the strength and conditioning area. We're going to keep you engaged. We're going to do a lot of work on social injustice. We're going to work on Black Lives Matters. We're going to do a lot of things to take up your time that you normally would for competition. But at the end of the day, we want you here through the semester until you go home at Thanksgiving. So I look forward to seeing you. You'll be back here before you know it. You know the protocols to return to campus. You have to have a negative COVID test. And once you get here, we'll do everything we can do to support you. So until then, stay safe, be healthy, and we look forward to seeing you.
Hi, how you doing? Hopefully you guys are having as good a summer as you can. Looking forward to seeing everybody back on campus. As Marty said, there's some things that are going to be different in athletics this year. Wearing a mask is mandatory in everything. Social distancing, physical distancing, mandatory. I'm sure you've heard that from 1,000 different places. Durham just added in mandatory masks on downtown Durham, so that's part of masking. When you come back, you'll have a negative COVID test, and then we plan on testing athletes and the athletic staff once a week, all semester. We also are changing how you get into the building so we can screen everybody. Screening will be at the front door. You got a screen to get into strength and conditioning, screen to get into athletic training, screen to get in the academic center, screen to go out to practice. So the rest of this video, hopefully you can pay attention long enough to see how we do that, what our expectations are. Have a great summer. See you in a few weeks.
This academic year, to assist in keeping our student athletes safe, UNH Athletics has created a paperwork and screening process to safely get student athletes back into the athletic facilities, as well as team-affiliated workouts. This video is to show student athletes the daily screening process to get into practice, workouts, and the athletic facilities. Daily screenings for COVID-19 signs and symptoms, as well as exposure, are an important part of keeping our student athletes and staff safe. Each day, student athletes will need to complete a daily COVID-19 screening on their SWOL account. An hour and a half prior to coming to practice or the athletic facilities, student athletes will sign into their SWOL account at swol123.net. Once in their account, on the left side of the screen is a COVID-19 tab. After selecting that tab, the screen will show a list of COVID-19 signs and symptoms, as well as COVID-19 exposure questions. The student athletes are to check all that currently apply to them, then save the document and log out of the account. Once that is completed, this will send an update to our athletic training staff on the symptom and exposure status for the student athlete that day. If a student athlete has symptoms of COVID-19 or has been exposed, they are to contact their team athletic trainer immediately. After student athletes complete the online SWOL COVID-19 screening questionnaire and they do not have COVID symptoms or exposures, they can come to the athletic facilities for in-person screening. All teams other than the ice hockey teams will be screened at the Fieldhouse. The Fieldhouse student athlete screening station is outside the main lobby. While standing in line to be screened, student athletes are to pay attention and follow the signs that direct them where to go and where to stand. During this screening process, athletics personnel will take the student athlete's temperature and check to see if their online COVID-19 questionnaire was submitted. The screener will ask the student athletes if they have any COVID-19 symptoms or exposures at the time. If student athletes affirm they have not, after sanitizing their hands, they can enter the building and/or go to the workouts as well as practice. When a student athlete believes they need treatment or want to come into the athletic training facility, they must first schedule an appointment ahead of time. This can be done by speaking with their team athletic trainer ahead of time. Due to the pandemic, the athletic training facility will have a capacity of people which is designed to help ensure physical distancing. This capacity will be posted at the entry of the athletic training facility and will be enforced through appointment-only treatments. Student athletes enter the Fieldhouse athletic training facility through the main doors after sanitizing their hands. Follow all signs that direct traffic flow and placement. When student athletes have completed their treatment in the athletic training facility, they must follow the signs to exit the facility. Upon exiting, they should sanitize their hands. The Whittemore Center screening station for ice hockey student athletes will be at the loading dock doors. While standing in line to be screened, student athletes are to pay attention and follow the signs that direct them where to go and where to stand. During this screening, athletics personnel will take the student athlete's temperature and check to see if their online COVID-19 questionnaire was submitted. The screener will ask the student athletes if they have any COVID-19 symptoms or exposures at the time. If student athletes affirm they have not, after sanitizing their hands, they can enter the building and/or go to workouts as well as practice. When a student athlete believes they need treatment or want to come into the athletic training facility, they must first schedule an appointment ahead of time. This can be done by speaking with their team athletic trainer ahead of time. Due to the pandemic, the athletic training facility will have a capacity of people which is designed to help ensure physical distancing. This capacity will be posted at the entry of the athletic training facility and will be enforced through appointment-only treatment. Student athletes enter the Whittemore Center athletic training facility through the main doors after sanitizing their hands. Follow all signs that direct traffic flow and placement. When student athletes have completed their treatment in the athletic training facility, they must follow the signs to exit the facility. Upon exiting, they should sanitize their hands. Testing, screening, physical distancing, mask wearing, and hand sanitization will be large components in keeping our student athletes safe this coming academic year. Let's all be UNH together in following these recommended protocols.